Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Massive Chinese military exercises around Taiwan raise tensions. Taiwanese president holds security meeting. US says monitoring developments. 4 Israeli soldiers killed in Hezbollah.
We will stay moderate and responsible and work hard to maintain the cross-strait status quo to help maintain peace and stability in the region.
Four Israeli soldiers killed in Hezbollah drone attack. Man with loaded gun arrested at checkpoint near Donald Trump's rally in Southern California. South Korea rejects, yes, we'll get to the other headline. South Korea rejects North's accusation of flying drones over Pyongyang to drop propaganda leaflets. Also getting you the top story we're tracking this hour. Also, India's President Draupadi Murmu highlights India's role in global development, addresses Indian community in Algeria. So these were the headlines we're tracking this hour. Up next, we'll get you the news in detail. China on Monday launched military drills around Taiwan. Beijing's defense ministry said the country has deployed planes and ships to encircle the Taiwan island. The Chinese military's Eastern Theater Command in an early morning statement said Joint SWORD 2024B drills were taking place in the Taiwan Strait and areas to the north, south and east of Taiwan. The statement further reads, I quote, the drill also serves as a stern warning to the separatist acts of Taiwan independence forces. It is a legitimate and necessary operation for safeguarding state sovereignty and national unity. The drills are focusing on subjects of sea-air combat readiness patrol, blockade on key ports and areas. Beijing maintains a near-daily military presence around Taiwan, and Monday's drills represent its 4th round of large-scale war games in the past 2 years. Taiwan has denounced China's blatant provocations. Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te vowed on Monday to protect the democratic island. Lai, in a Facebook post, said, and I quote him, in the face of external threats, I would like to reassure my compatriots that the government will continue to defend the democratic and free constitutional system, protect democratic Taiwan, and safeguard national security. Earlier, Taiwan's defense ministry in a statement said that it had dispatched appropriate forces to respond accordingly to protect freedom and democracy and defend the sovereignty of Taiwan. The statement said, and I quote, in the face of enemy threats, all officers and soldiers of the country are in full readiness. The statement further reads that Taiwan is determined and confident to ensure national defense security, though it also said that Taiwan will not escalate a conflict in its response to military drills. A Taiwan security official said on Monday that pressure on Taiwan from China is not light. Speaking at an international forum on Chinese politics being held in Taipei, National Security Council Secretary General Joseph Wu said, and I quote, we need to stay alert at all times. We will stay moderate and responsible, maintain status quo across the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan's National Security Council and Foreign Minister Joseph Wu said that Taiwan will work hard to maintain the cross-strait status quo to help maintain peace and stability in the region. Speaking at an international forum on Chinese politics being held in Taipei, Wu said the world will watch closely and will not agree to the action.
We also need to stay calm and confident to prevail in the struggle between democracy and authoritarianism. We will stay moderate and responsible and work hard to maintain the cross-strait status quo to help maintain peace and stability in the region.
United States, meanwhile, said that the Biden administration is monitoring the PLA exercise around Taiwan. The Biden administration, in a statement, urged the Chinese government to avoid any further actions that may jeopardize peace and stability across Taiwan Strait and in the broader region. It further said no justification for military exercises and pressure campaigns in response to a routine annual speech. The US reiterated its one China policy has not changed. Also, the US said it opposes unilateral changes to the status quo from either side and support cross-strait dialogue. The US further said it expects cross-strait differences to be resolved by peaceful means. Let's get you update on the West Asia conflict. Israel's military said that Hezbollah drone had killed 4 soldiers at one of its northern bases on Sunday. The attack on a military training camp near Haifa is the deadliest such assault on an Israeli base since September 23rd, when Israel increased its attacks on Hezbollah in Lebanon. Emergency services reported more than 60 wounded. The incident occurred reportedly after the Israeli military detected 5 projectiles launched from Lebanon. Sirens were activated in several regions, including Galilee, Haifa Bay and Carmel. Hezbollah late on Sunday said it launched a squadron of attack drones at Israel's Binyamina camp. The strike was in response to Israeli attacks, including airstrikes on Thursday in central Beirut. In a later statement, Hezbollah warned Israel with more attacks if its offensive in Lebanon continued. The Israeli army took journalists to what they said was a Hezbollah tunnel shaft some 200 meters from a UN post in southern Lebanon on Sunday. Brigadier General Yiftach Norkin told reporters that these tunnels were among hundreds of tunnel entrances and underground bunkers used by Hezbollah to store weapons and hide fighters. Israeli officers said the presence of the tunnels was evidence that Hezbollah had built many infrastructure around UN and civilian settlements, using them as cover. IDF further said that the structure built by Hezbollah is against every part of the 1701 decision.
We found in this specific area, on the western part of the Lebanese-Israeli border of South Lebanon, we found underground facilities in order to be used by the terrorists to get into these tunnels to invade Israel.
The Israeli military also claimed to recover brand new ammunition, mostly made in Iran and Russia.
The weapons that we found are from mostly 2 countries, Iran and Russia, but they are also from North Korea. Today we show the box of the rockets with a Russian name coming from the arsenal of the Russian army. We also found several days ago a huge quantity of weapons originally coming from Iran and Russia, brand new. I'm saying brand new. It's totally different that we found in the Hamas side. Hamas are using a lot of weapons, but not so new. Here they're totally and fully new. So they were prepared for attacking us and to prepare to make what we call a huge and large invasion of the north of Israel.
The US is deploying an advanced US anti-missile system known as Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, or THAAD, missile battery along with its military personnel to Israel. It is a highly unusual deployment meant to bolster Israel's air defenses following missile attacks by Iran. Pentagon spokesperson described the deployment as part of the broader adjustments the US military has made in recent months to support Israel and defend US personnel from attacks by Iran and Iranian-backed groups. But a US military deployment to Israel is rare outside of drills, given Israel's own military capabilities. A THAAD battery usually requires about 100 troops to operate from the ground. It counts 6 truck-mounted launchers with 8 interceptors on each launcher and a powerful radar. The launched weapon can achieve a speed of 6,300 meters per hour and has a range of 200 kilometers. Other specifications include its mass, which is 900 kilograms. It has a length of 20 feet and 3 inches. The booster has a diameter of 13 inches, while the kill vehicle is 15 inches broad. It deploys kinetic kill technology, which destroys missiles by colliding. Lockheed Martin, the biggest US arms maker, builds and integrates the THAAD system, which is designed to shoot down short, medium and intermediate range ballistic missiles. Raytheon, under RTX, builds its advanced radar. The Pentagon said a THAAD was deployed to southern Israel for drills in 2019, the last and the only time it was known to be there. Iran said on Sunday that it was ready for the war but did not seek it as the West Asia remained on high alert. During a news conference with his Iraqi counterpart in Baghdad, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that Iran wants peace but is prepared for any kind of circumstances, conflict, in case the conflict escalates.
We are prepared for any kind of circumstances. We are ready for war, but we are also ready for peace. This is the definitive stance of the Islamic Republic. We are entirely ready for a military conflict. We are not afraid of war, but we do not wish for war. We want peace and we will seek a just peace in Lebanon and Gaza.
A man arrested at a security checkpoint near Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump's California rally on Saturday faces gun charges. The 49-year-old man, identified as Las Vegas resident Wem Miller, was found in possession of loaded firearms, multiple passports and a fake license plate. Riverside County Sheriff said that he believed that his department prevented another assassination attempt.
What we do know is he showed up with multiple passports with different names, an unregistered vehicle with fake license plate, and loaded firearms. If you're asking me right now, I probably did have deputies that prevented the third assassination attempt.
However, the jail records show Miller was released on a $5,000 bail on Saturday after being charged. He could not immediately be reached for comment on Sunday. Trump's rally on Saturday took place in the Coachella Valley, an area known for its annual music and arts festival. With just weeks to go before the election day, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and her rival former U.S. President Donald Trump hit the campaign trail hard this weekend, targeting key battleground states. Both are seeking every last advantage as new polls reveal an intensely close race for the White House, with Harris struggling to energize some traditional Democratic voters. Here's the latest from the campaign trail.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris touched down in North Carolina, a state still reeling from the devastation of a hurricane that struck the Southeast 2 weeks ago, claiming more than 235 lives. Without naming her rival, Harris condemned those spreading disinformation, suggesting Trump's criticism of federal relief efforts amounted to a political attack on those trying to help storm victims.
Moments of crisis, I believe, do have a way of revealing the heroes among us, the angels among us, and of showing us all the best of who we are. And these hurricanes have revealed heroes around all of us. Heroes who do not ask the injured or stranded, whether they are a Republican or a Democrat, but who simply ask, "Are you okay?" Who ask, "What can I do to help?"
Meanwhile, Donald Trump continues to raise the bar on the immigration. In a 92-minute rally speech in Arizona, he promised to beef up border security, vowing to hire 10,000 new border agents and to secure pay raises and bonuses for existing personnel.
But after I win, I will be asking Congress immediately to approve a 10% raise. Haven't had one in a long time for all agents. And a $10,000 each retention and signing bonus. So we're going to retain them. We're going to retain them.
As tensions rise in West Asia, Trump also took aim at President Joe Biden's foreign policy, claiming Biden's slow response to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has left allies vulnerable. With stakes higher than ever, both Harris and Trump will campaign Monday in the biggest swing state prize, Pennsylvania. Speaking at a rally in Greenville later on Sunday, Harris accused Trump of not being transparent with voters, pointing to his refusal to release his medical records or sit down for an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes news program. The race remains too close to call, with just a few weeks left to polling. A media poll shows Harris with narrow leads in Arizona, Georgia, and Michigan, while Trump is up in Nevada and Pennsylvania. Both are tied in critical states like North Carolina and Wisconsin. With just weeks until Election Day, both campaigns are pulling out all the stops, knowing the outcome could hinge on a handful of battlegrounds. Harshita Oberoi's report for DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break. But after the break, India's External Affairs Minister is expected to attend the SCO summit as Pakistan prepares for the big event amid security concerns. Ahead of the government formation in the Union Territory, Centre revokes President's rule in Jammu and Kashmir. And in sports, top seed Aryna Sabalenka wins 3 straight Wuhan Open titles. Men's world number 1 Yannick Sinner clinches Shanghai Masters.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live. Preparations are underway in Pakistan as the country gears up to host a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization grouping on 15th and 16th of October. The meeting of the SCO comprises of 9 full members, including China, India, Iran and Russia. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is expected to attend alongside Prime Ministers of China and Russia, among others. Meanwhile, restrictions under Section 144 have been imposed in Karachi city and Pakistan's Punjab ahead of the summit. Authorities will also shut down the capital Islamabad amid recent terrorist violence and political unrest, including a deadly attack on a convoy of Chinese engineers in Karachi. India's President Draupadi Murmu graced an Indian community reception in Algiers on Sunday. The President said that Indian community in Algeria was a bridge taking forward India's interests and soft power. She added that the Government of India and the Indian society have always valued and appreciated the contribution of the Indian community in enhancing India's position, prestige and standing abroad.
भारतीय लोग भविष्य में अल्जीरिया के साथ साझेदारी के लिए तैयारी है। अल्जीरिया ने विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में कार्यरत परिश्रमी भारतीय समुदाय एक तरह से भारत के सच्चे राजदूत हैं। ऐसे तो हम लोगों के राजदूत हैं, लेकिन आप भी एक राजदूत का ही काम कर रहे हैं। जब भी आप किसी अल्जीरियाई व्यक्ति से मिलते हैं तो आप उसका परिचय भारत की भावना से करते हैं। आपका संस्कृति, आपके चाल चलन, चेहरा, भावना भारतीयता में भरे हुए है।
The President also said that India supported Algeria's liberation movement against colonialism from the very beginning. She said our leaders have had close personal relations.
भारत ने कॉलोनियलिज्म के विरुद्ध अर्जिया के मुक्ति आंदोलन का शुरू से ही समर्थन किया। हमारे नेताओं के अल्जीरिया के नेताओं के साथ घनिष्ठ व्यक्तिगत संबंध रहे हैं। जब 1962 में अल्जीरिया स्वतंत्र हुआ तो भारत अल्जीरिया का साथ देने के लिए मौजूद था और हमने तुरंत राजनीतिक संबंध स्थापित किए। तब से
Earlier, upon her arrival, President Murmu was received by her Algerian counterpart, Abdelmajid Tebboune, as a special jester. Also, other members of the cabinet were present. The President was accorded a warm ceremonial welcome. She was honoured with a 21-gun salute and reviewed a guard of honour consisting of the Republican Guard and members of the land, air and naval forces. The president is in Algeria as part of her three-nation tour of Africa, where she will also visit Mauritania and Malawi, which is reflective of India's deep desire to strengthen its partnership with the African countries. And now we quickly take a look at President's itinerary for today. She is scheduled to pay her respects at the Maqam-e-Shahid, a memorial built in the honor of the martyrs of the Algerian War of Independence. She will then visit the Mujahid Museum. The President will, after that, meet the President of Algeria, Abdelmajid Tebboune, and also hold delegation-level talks, followed by a press statement. In the evening, President Murmu will attend the lunch hosted by President Tebboune. She will also address the Algeria-India Economic Forum. And finally, at the end of the day, Speaker of the National People's Assembly of Algeria, Ibrahim Boghali, will call on the visiting dignitary. Members of the Indian community in Algeria are all praised for President Deputy Murmu, saying she is an inspiration.
मैम को यहाँ पे देखकर हमारे प्रेसिडेंट को बहुत गर्व की बात है. वो भी पहली महिला हैं, काफ़ी इंस्पायर किया उन्होंने हम सबको, और आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट. एंड अल्जीरियंस इंडियंस की बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं. तो काफ़ी देर बाद कोई इतना सीनियर पब्लिक फिगर हमारे देश से यहाँ पे आए हैं. सो आई एम श्योर कि आगे फ्यूचर के लिए, हमारे देश के लिए, अल्जीरिया के लिए भी ये बड़ी उन्नति की बात होगी. तो काफ़ी गर्व की बात है. एक महिला लीडर टू मैडम प्रेसिडेंट इज़ अ बिग ऑनर फॉर मी टू सी हर टुडे.
फर्स्ट बार सबसे जब 2015 जब से हम लोग यहाँ रह रहे हैं, पहली बार हमारे कोई भी बड़े लीडर फर्स्ट बार ही आए हैं इधर. सो जब हम लोग को पता चला, 4-5 पहले हम लोग को पता चला कि वो आ रहे हैं, तो हम लोग बहुत एक्साइटेड थे. सारे आदमी एक्साइटेड थे उनसे मिलने के लिए, क्योंकि पहली बार अल्जीरिया में कोई हमारे डेलीगेट्स आए थे, अभी आए हैं. तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, और उन्होंने हमारे संबंध, इंडिया और अल्जीरिया के संबंध के बारे में ये अच्छा से बताए हैं. सो हमको लगता है कि अभी रिलेशन अच्छा बनेगा, और हम लोग का बिजनेस और जो अपना देश का जो है वो अच्छा होगा, डेफिनेटली होगा.
I feel excited about it and I kind of like her and I'm proud of that moment.
The US-India Strategic Partnership Forum is hosting its annual India Leadership Summit 2024 in New Delhi on Monday to enhance bilateral trade, supply chains, semiconductor investment, AI and next-gen technologies cooperation. This summit follows on the heels of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's successful visit to the United States for the 6th Quad Leaders Summit and the United Nations General Assembly. The day-long summit also aims to bolster defense ties, promote clean energy and secure a free and open Indo-Pacific. The summit offers a vital platform to strengthen the dynamic strategic partnership between Washington and New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar highlighted key ways to strengthen US-India strategic and economic ties, as well as emphasized upon the natural synergy between the two nations at the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum that began in New Delhi on Sunday. President's rule in India's Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir was revoked on Sunday, paving the way for the formation of new government in the Union Territory. The decision comes after National Conference Vice President Omar Abdullah met with Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on Friday to stake claim to form the new government. President's rule was imposed in June 2018. In August 2019, the centre revoked Jammu and Kashmir's semi-autonomous position under Article 370 of the Constitution and gave it the status of Union Territory. Chief Secretary of West Bengal has called an emergency meeting today with key medical bodies after Federation of All India Medical Association or FIMA made a nationwide call for boycotting elective services. The Federation members said that they will closely assess the meeting's outcome to ensure it meets the demands of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. It added that if the meeting fails to produce satisfactory results, they will proceed with a complete boycott from 15th of October onwards. They, however, added that the emergency services will remain unaffected to uphold our commitment to urgent patient care. Notably, junior doctors have been on fast unto death since October 5th, demanding justice for the deceased woman medic at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, besides addressing other issues. An Air India flight operating from Mumbai to New York was diverted to Delhi following a security concern arising out of bomb threat. The aircraft is currently stationed at the IGI airport, and all standard safety protocols are being diligently followed to ensure the safety of the passengers and crew on board. A joint operation is underway to investigate the threat, with necessary security drills being followed at the airport and required checks being carried out. The airline assured that their colleagues on the ground are working to minimize the inconvenience caused to the passengers by this unexpected disruption. That's it in this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us at in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.